Our week-long countdown to the Royal Tower's 25th birthday comes to an end tonight as we celebrate the beauty and magic of Atlantis. And stay tuned for the biggest giveaway yet. But first, government to appoint dock supervisors to police the practice of chumming. This after an American visitor is killed by a shark. And a trial date set for another American woman, this one accused of a murder-for-hire plot against her husband. And in our news at 7:30, the highest court refuses a murderer's appeal, while the Privy Council says it won't hear the case. Our news live at 7 starts right now. These pictures now from the Royal Towers at Atlantis as we celebrate 25 years. Welcome to our news live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Kendino Knowles. It's our final broadcast from inside the Saul Kersner Suite, where we've brought you the story of Atlantis. And tonight, we prepare to say farewell to this beautiful resort, but not before telling you more stories about the legend that is Atlantis. And tonight is our biggest giveaway yet. We'll tell you all about it and how you can win in just a bit. But now to this. Despite a ban on killing sharks, Marine Resources Minister Jomo Campbell says the new fisheries regulations allow for an individual to kill a marine life in self-defense, even the killing of a shark. His comments coming after an American tourist was killed in a shark attack. Campbell also speaking to the issue of chumming and says dock supervisors will be stationed at various points to police the practice.
Plans are now underway for us to initiate a dock manager on Montague Dock, and that should be happening in the very near future, as early as January, and we'd want to extend that throughout all of our docks and our waterways in order to regulate this practice.
And a Supreme Court judge has set a March 4th, 2024 trial date for an American housewife accused of plotting the murder of her estranged husband with her lover and his friend, Lindsay Shiver. Her alleged lover, Terrence Bethel, and Ferron Newbold Jr. pleaded not guilty to the murder conspiracy charge at their arraignment before Senior Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson. Prosecutors allege the trio planned the murder of Robert Shiver in Abaco on July 16th. The alleged plot was uncovered while police say they were investigating a break-in at Grabber's Bar and Grill in Guanakee, Abaco. Bethel, who worked as a bartender, was arrested for questioning in relation to the break-in and theft. While in custody, police allegedly found a series of text messages between the accused concerning the alleged murder plot. Royal Bahamas Defense Force Commodore Raymond King releasing statistics on migration. He says estimates are showing that the Caribbean region remains an attractive destination and transit area for regional and foreign illegal and irregular migrants, namely for those from Latin America, the Caribbean, Asia, Africa, and India.
As it relates to the Bahamas, we encounter Haitians, Cubans, Jamaicans, Dominicans, Chinese, and Ecuadorians in surging numbers as of late. The Northern Bahamas, the mixed nationality migration to the state of Florida continues to increase. Statistics to date indicates that year over, for the fiscal year 23 versus the fiscal year 22, the migration rate has increased by 90%.
The Department of Social Services still working through gender policies that, according to the acting minister, are still a work in progress. Berthany McDermott has this update.
Nearly 2 months after the October deadline, State Minister Miles Larota says a draft gender policy is a work in progress. Just before he died, former Social Services Minister Obi Wilchcombe said the government expected to have a draft gender policy in hand for review and further consultation by October, but that didn't happen. Larota was asked if progress was hindered by his sudden passing.
That is still a work in progress. Sometimes we as politicians are given far too much credit. The work is actually done by the department in conjunction with other government agencies.
The issue of gender-based violence policies have been a point of contention not just for the Bahamas, but globally for quite some time. A United Nations Development Program report revealed a chronic bias against women globally over the last decade. But when will consultation continued on the hot-button issue?
Like I said, this is a fluid situation. It's ongoing. There's going to be further consultation.
Loretta also renewed the government's commitment to meeting international policies and treaties that call for equality among the sexes.
The Bahamas is a country of laws. We believe in the rule of law. And so this government, just like every government that has gone before and that will come after, because it is a global village and we don't live in it by ourselves.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Berthany McDermott.
We've got a whole lot more to get to in our broadcast for the celebration of the Royal Towers, 25 years. We've got stories and a big giveaway. It's our biggest for the week. Before we get to all of that, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson, he's standing by in the Weather Center on the other side of the Saul Kersner Suite. And Greg, we are coming to the end. Are you soaking it all in? Are you going to carry this with you? How are you feeling?
It's been a pretty good week, a very interesting weekend. Of course, the weather really helped us along. We did have some really nice temperatures and weather conditions for the balance of the week, and we're going to continue that through the weekend, but we do expect the front to get in here sometime on Monday. We'll tell you more about that a little later, but nice on the outside, 73 degrees. Your winds are a little stiffer tonight, east-southeast at 10 knots, and you'll feel slight temperature, very comfortable 70 degrees on the outside. Taking a look at temperatures around the islands, we are a little warmer this evening. Most of the temperatures across the island chain in the low to mid 70s, with mid to upper 70s across the central Bahamas, 74 in Andros, 75 over in Exuma. Then we pick up 76s in the Aucklands and Crooked Island, Maguana and Long Island. Down in the deep south, Turks and Caicos Islands, you are currently 77 at this time. Satellite view, we have quite a bit of high-level moisture moving in out of the Gulf of Mexico across our area. That's not really going to be producing any rainfall, but it's going to filter the sunshine for a little bit. So we're looking for some warmer temperatures tonight, but as I mentioned, a frontal boundary is expected to get in here sometime Monday. That one will issue in some nice changes for the upcoming week. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come in our news, work in progress. It's back tonight with a look at road paving expected to help stop flooding on Coral Harbor Road. And our week-long celebration of the Royal Towers continues on the road to 25. We'll give you a recap of the week as the Royal Towers General Manager joins us on set when Our News returns. It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and Our News is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch Our News live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the Towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
Road can see its flood issues go away soon as the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs has begun repairs on the major roadway. Joshua Williams has more in tonight's Work in Progress segment.
The Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs continuing to step up its road repair efforts. Officials say much of the damaged roads in Providence are due to weather. Senior engineer in the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs, Henry Moxie, explains how it works.
They're milling the road. So they're taking that milled material that they're doing, that they're removing from the surface of the road, and they're taking that over to the area that is the impacted area where you have that is prone to flooding. They're going to use that as a base material to lift the road, and then once that is there, then they're going to put a layer of asphalt on the top of that is going to increase the height of the road by about 6 to a maximum of 8 inches. Okay. What they're going to do at the end of the day, once they remove this layer, they're going to go ahead and put new asphalt on this.
This elevation prevents further flooding from happening.
The road now is higher than the surrounding land, so the water will not pond on the road, but rather the water will be off the air onto the edge of the road.
Reporting for Work in Progress for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
We've been celebrating the Royal Tower's 25th anniversary all this week, and our Marlena Leonard, she's been able to experience a variety of the amazing teams, wildlife, and experiences that make Atlantis and Royal Towers so special. Our Marlena Leonard, she joins us from inside the towers. Marlena, what has it been like for you this week?
You know, I've had the most amazing time here at Atlantis this week, and I got to have a little bit of an inside look when it comes to the people and the wildlife that help keep Atlantis safe. I actually got to meet the Atlantis Canine Unit and got really close with Boomer and Terry, and you know, it's really interesting to... So yeah, that was just a little sneak peek of what we saw at the Canine Unit, but those dogs are just so focused with their job. And it's so cute because, you know, you're trying to interact with a dog and they just are so focused on either their detection or protection roles. And their handlers are also so attached to them. But I didn't only stay on the land, I also went to Atlantis' iconic Dolphin Key, and where I got to be one of the first people, was a non-behaviorist, to pet one of the baby dolphins, Valentina. And the best part about Dolphin Key to me is, you know, beyond the wildlife, every time you visit there, it contributes to the Atlantis Blue Project Foundation. And then finally, I did get to have my own fun here. I got to do the aquaventure, and that was always a personal favorite for me as a kid, and it hasn't gotten any less magical for me now as an adult. So I think, to summarize, they may be celebrating 25 years, but it's still, the Atlantis and the Royal Towers experience still has the same fresh magic, myth, and wonder that it did on day one. And I think we're really seeing that it's hustling and bustling in here tonight, and I think it's going to continue to be like that for the rest of the anniversary. Back to you, Ken.
All right, thanks a lot for that, Marlene, and thank you for all the work this week. Just a quick note for our viewers: if you enjoyed any of the stories you saw this week and want to experience them again, or if you missed any of them, be sure and head over to Our News on YouTube. There's a playlist that's dedicated to this week's broadcast. And of course, our royal experience, while it's winding down, it continues now with Vice President and General Manager of the Royal Towers, Jackson Weish. Mr. Weish, thanks so much for being with us.
It's a pleasure to be here, Kendino.
Listen, I want to find out from you what it's like to manage the iconic Royal Towers at such a pivotal time in this resort's history.
Inspiring and very, very much encouraging. Certainly to be associated and to lead such an iconic, as it were, hotel, and certainly the individuals associated with it is truly remarkable.
Yeah. We know there's been a major renovation recently and new culinary offerings. Can you tell us about your efforts to keep things fresh, especially because, you know, travelers, they're evolving and their palates are changing and things that they are looking for may be different than what they were 25 years ago. But tell us about the renovation and also how you're keeping up.
Right, absolutely. I mean, our business is hospitality. It's continually revolving. We have to stay fresh, as it were. We completed a complete renovation of the Royal Tower, both East and West Towers, 1,200 rooms. Very, very much pleased with that. And in addition to that, we've just completed a renovation of our casino, some 36,000 odd feet of gaming. But more importantly, adding to that, because it goes hand in hand with it, is an expansion of what we do vis-a-vis our culinary offerings. We have a new restaurant, Paranza, at the Cove. That's Italian coastal theme. That's headed by Chef Michael White, a Michelin-starred chef. So we have that one in Ceylon.
And Ceylon, yeah.
Ceylon,
absolutely. She actually got to taste it.
Good.
And she shared that with our audience, so that was great to see. I want to find out from you, though. We hear from locals and visitors all the time, you know, when they walk into the Royal Towers, it feels like a new experience. Why do you think that is?
Oh, I've been doing it for the last 2 years. It's grand.
Yeah.
It's grand. You walk into
Sure.
that lobby, I mean, it's really spectacular, and I think that just blows you away no matter how many times you've done it.
And I want to know, looking to the future, what does the next 25 years look like for you and your team?
Awesome. Awesome. We're going to build obviously on the success of the previous 25. It's a great product, and it's really, really embedded with an exceptional group of hoteliers and professionals, and we're going to make it happen. It's going to be equally as good.
And lastly, how does it make you feel to be here for the 25th?
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome, yeah.
All right.
I think it's something we all could be proud of.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was Atlantis Vice President and General Manager of the Royal Towers, Jackson Weech. Mr. Weech, thank you so much for having us this week. It's been nothing short of extraordinary, and we're certainly looking to come back again. Now, when our news comes back, we'll have more on the giveaway that you don't want to miss. Stay with us.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as the UN Security Council set to vote on a ceasefire in Gaza. Plus, Guyana declares Venezuela's actions in an ongoing border dispute a direct threat. The details when our news returns. It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and our news is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch our news live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. The UN Security Council is set to vote on a resolution put forward by the UAE calling for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. UN Chief Antonio Guterres said the situation in Gaza is at a breaking point and it is time to act as the eyes of the world and the eyes of history are watching. The United States has consistently opposed international calls for a ceasefire and is thought likely to vote against the resolution. That vote has since been delayed. Hamas officials in Gaza say Israel has killed more than 17,000 people in its retaliatory campaign since the October 7th attack, including about 7,000 children. British Foreign Secretary David Cameron on Thursday called for Venezuela to cease unilateral action over the border with Guyana amid growing tensions between the two countries. The long-running spat over the oil-rich Essequibo region escalated over the weekend when voters in Venezuela rejected the International Court of Justice's jurisdiction and backed the creation of a new Venezuelan state. Guyana has questioned the vote's legitimacy and have since put its armed forces on high alert. In a televised address this week, President Ifran Ali announced he had brought the matter to the United Nations Security Council for appropriate action. And the massively popular video game Fortnite, which has more than 400 million registered players, has launched a high-profile collaboration with LEGO. It has released an entirely new survival game mode where players will do their crafting with Lego bricks. The new game mode can be accessed by launching Fortnite, which is free to play on PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Fortnite technically has multiple game modes, but its online battle royale is by far its most popular, where up to 100 players compete to be the last one standing.
Coming up in our news at 7:30, how social services is helping Shantytown residents. And the magic of Atlantis turns up for the holidays. When our news returns.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and our news is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch our news live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the Towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Welcome back to our news. You are looking at live pictures outside the Saul Kersner Suite at Atlantis as we celebrate 25 years of the Royal Towers. As our coverage winds down from the resort, Atlantis, as we've learned over the past week, has made significant investment in sustainability with the turtle, mangrove, and coral restoration effort. I got a chance to visit the coral nursery and spoke with Associate Director of Water Features, Elgin Hepburn, to learn more.
Founded in 2005, the Atlantis Blue Project Foundation has donated over 7,000 mangrove seedlings for local wetland restoration. While at the resort this week to celebrate the 25th birthday of the Royal Towers, I got to learn about its ongoing efforts at the mangrove farm. But there's another effort that Atlantis has been very keen to promote and to be a part of, and that is mangrove restoration. Tell us about your efforts.
Yeah, so over the years, I mean, as long as I can remember now, we've been involved in mangrove restoration. We started actually with a project in Exuma, where they were restoring a forest in Exuma.
Yeah.
And so from that, it mushroomed into us actually planting our own mangrove trees on the property. And as they grew mature, they dropped their own seedlings. And that gave us an opportunity to create nurseries.
We're sitting in one of them,
There
right?
you go.
Yeah.
Yep, right behind us, we have the propagules sitting. You'll see some that are just sprouting their leaves.
It's almost like a mangrove greenhouse.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, right
Yeah.
outside in nature.
Yeah.
And then you see some that have been growing for, like 6 months.
Yeah.
And so when they get to about a foot and a half, we can donate them to different NGOs around the country.
Nice.
And particularly, we've been working a lot with the Bahamas National Trust.
Okay.
And their effort to restore the bonefish pond on the south side of New Providence. Today, we understand how important the mangroves are. So their prop roots create habitat for small fish. Bigger fish come in, they spawn, and the little fish grow up in the mangrove roots. That's protection for them. The roots themselves also create a barrier in storms. So they diffuse the storms, the surges from the storm, so we don't get all these waves coming crashing into our properties. And then erosion, it protects against erosion because the roots kind of keep the sand together. So it's very important, and as we always want to give back, we want to help people to restore those mangrove forests that have been destroyed because of overdevelopment, and that will be helpful for us for the future.
Now, to learn more about all of Atlantis' sustainability efforts, you can head over to ournews.bs, where you can find that and all of today's top stories. It's going to do it for us in News at 7. Joining us now is our Atalia Hall. She's got the latest headlines. Atalia?
Ken, it's our last day.
It's the last day.
I'm so sad. I've been having such a great time. I hope that they invite us back. I know, right? But we have more coming up at 7:30. Here are your latest headlines.
First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, 25 years of the iconic Royal Towers. The celebration continues tonight at the Atlantis Resort. The president and managing director of the resort joins us live on set. Also, a murder convict appeal refused to be heard by the Privy Council. We have details from the courtroom. Plus, the murder suspect bail application is denied. And later, a magical Christmas at the Atlantis Resort. We'll show you the beautiful decorations when Our News Live at 7:30 returns.
It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and Our News is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch Our News Live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything.
Welcome to Our News Live at 7:30. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Atalia Hall. It's our final broadcast from inside the Saul Kersner Suite, where we've brought you the story of Atlantis. And tonight, as we prepare to bid farewell to this beautiful resort and an amazing experience, we've still got more stories to tell. And tonight is our biggest giveaway yet, and we'll tell you all about it and how you can win in just a bit. But now to this. A murder convict will have to serve his 40-year prison. Miller came to the vendor's spot by bicycle and shot Smith multiple times while he waited for his food. A murder suspect will remain in custody pending his trial after a judge denied his bail application. Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson refused bail for Omar Atkinson, citing the number of retaliation killings. Carmichael Detention Center, Sandlands Rehabilitation Center, and the Elizabeth Estates Children's Home.
The working group furthermore received information about police violence inflicted upon detainees. Some detainees alleged they were beaten and tortured to extract confessions, with a plastic bag placed over the head being a frequent example, while judges receiving complaints of ill treatment are obliged to examine if a confession was obtained under duress, and if so, to declare it inadmissible evidence. It is imperative for the authorities to respond to allegations of misconduct, ensuring that independent investigations are promptly initiated.
The working group was also informed that in practice, evidential threshold to prove that a confession was a result of ill treatment is high.
The burden of proof rests on the defendant, thus potentially impacting fair trial rights. Notably, the Evidence Act does not oblige a court to have corroborating evidence once an accused has confessed. Thus, a confession obtained under duress might become the sole basis for a conviction in breach of international human rights standards. The working group recalls that under Article 14.3g of the Covenant, the burden is placed on the government to prove that a confession has been freely given, where there are prima facie allegations of coerced confessions. While the working group was informed that suspects interviewed at the Criminal Investigation Department were video recorded, it also received information that in many instances these recordings were not made readily available, where allegations of a coerced confession arose.
As the Shantytown Task Force prepares to address the vaccine issue in Abaco and other friendly islands, State Minister with responsibility for social services Miles LaRota gave the assurance that they will assist those residents as they did in New Providence amid demolition exercises in the capital. LaRota says there weren't many who came forward for assistance.
Just as the government provided temporary alternative housing for those impacted in Nassau, the public can be assured whatever family islands we go to, we will make similar provisions.
All right, well, we have much more to get to tonight, including our biggest special giveaway courtesy of Atlantis in celebration of 25 years of the iconic Royal Towers. The next prize package is worth over $25,000. We won't tell you the question on air just yet, but head on over to Our News Bahamas social media pages to find the trivia and get your answers in. We will announce the winner in the next 10 minutes, but first, our Greg Thompson joins us live from inside the Sol Kersner Suite. Greg, extremely cool temperatures this evening to kick off the weekend.
Yeah, we're going to have a pretty nice weekend as well. Our temperature is going to slightly warm up as we do have a high pressure system across us. That high is going to slide out towards the east. That's going to allow our winds to become more southeasterly, so it's going to be bringing in some warm temperatures. But as you said, pretty nice on the outside, 73 degrees. The winds are out of the east-southeast, slightly stronger than this evening at 10 knots. Feels like temperature is at 70 degrees. Satellites showing mostly high clouds moving across area out of the Gulf of Mexico. A lot of that is not going to be producing any rainfall, but that easterly flow will bring some pockets of showers and some sprinkles across the area throughout the rest of the night and into the weekend. But a stronger cold front and some cooler temperatures once again expected by Monday's time frame. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at your weekend and extended.
Still to come on Our News, beautiful trees, lights, snowflakes, gingerbread, and cookies. Christmas is alive at the Atlantis Resort. We'll show you all of the beautiful Christmas decorations coming up. And are you looking for a taste of paradise? Well, you can get it all at Poseidon's Table. Our Daniel Miller is live on location when Our News continues. Stay with us.
Have you heard that sound? It's the sound of us. Since our origins, we burst music. Our sounds mixed together. So let us hear your sound too. Your sound of passion, of joy, of friendship. The sound of your style and the beat of your night. It's time to play together the sound of Guinness, the sounds of greatness.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, Scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Christmas coming, here is all.
Doctors Hospital has reimagined primary care. We have invested to improve our health system, ensuring that accessible, affordable, world-class clinical care is closer to you. Your relationship with a primary care provider shapes the foundation of your overall health. Our new, modern primary care facilities are where critical diagnosis and true personalized treatment begin. With locations across New Providence, Grand Bahama, and Exuma, we invite you to experience the Doctors Hospital difference. Book your next appointment at clinics.doctorshos.com.
It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and our news is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch our news live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the Towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
Is it a white Christmas? Is it Christmas around the world? And we use these themes to then figure out colors, content, activations.
The magic of Atlantis is turned up during the holiday season. Each year, the mega resort gets creative with a breathtaking Christmas showcase. And it's the HR team at Atlantis that helps lead the design. Executive Director of HR Employee Relations, Brandon Major.
Right after we get out of Independence in July, we start on Christmas planning. So guest activities play a major role in how the property is decorated, interior and exterior. And the fun thing about our decorations is we add in our team members, and the Christmas tree competition is actually we display their Christmas trees to the guests.
And just beyond the halls of the Royal Towers, a walk through of Poseidon's table unveils a look inside Santa's workshop and the picture of a truly amazing winter wonderland. We got a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making it all come alive. Employees hard at work, cutting, drawing, and painting unique pieces.
But food and beverage is really responsible for all of the gingerbread celebration and design inside of Poseidon. It's a lot of work put into it with the chefs and with the team members, and it's an excellent opportunity for the guests to see Christmas and feel Christmas around Poseidon, which is a classic place to even have holiday meals.
Bringing the resort to life for Christmas is an experience Major says resort guests deserve on their journeys away from home.
I think it's an especially sensitive time to really impress and have a great guest experience during the holiday season when families choose to go away from their home and celebrate it here at the hotel.
All right, well, Poseidon's Table is a buffet-style restaurant located in the Royal Towers, enticing guests for years with their delicious large food offerings. The restaurant has added an exciting new feature to their culinary experience. Our Danielle Miller is standing by. Danielle?
Hi, Atalia. I think for this story, it's appropriate for me to use my Bahamian dialect. I ain't gonna lie, Bahamian nights at Poseidon Table, slapping. You have music. You have all you can eat. You have drinks and all at the famous Atlantis resort. It doesn't get any better than that. Take a look.
Have you ever gone to Poseidon's Table on a Thursday evening? If you haven't experienced it yet, then you're in for a delicious treat. Bahamian nights at Poseidon's Table offer guests and locals flavorful Bahamian cuisine with staples such as benny cake, wild pig, and just about every way you can enjoy conch, from cracked to fritters. Inside the dining room is an authentic down-home experience, as the sounds of rake and scrape rattle the restaurant's halls. And for those looking for a more intimate experience, dine under the stars on the patio overlooking the restaurant's marine life and open bar. And of course, in true Bahamian style, there's live junkanoo music at the end. Reporting for Our News, with a truly Bahamian taste, I'm Danielle Miller.
I told you, it's a wonderful time, I tell ya. It's one of my favorite ongoing events here at the resort. But I wish and I hope that you take time out and you check that out yourself on Thursday nights. Back to you.
All right, Danny, the food looks amazing. I hope you save me a plate and some cake for your birthday. And of course, just a quick note for our viewers, if you enjoyed any of the stories you saw this week and want to see them again, be sure to head on over to ournews.bs and YouTube to find a playlist dedicated to this week's broadcast. And our Raw experience, while it's winding down, continues tonight with President and Managing Director at Atlantis, Ms. Audrey Oswald. It's so great to have you with us tonight.
Thank you.
Well, we've had a week-long journey celebrating 25 years. What's the special part of your experience over the past 25 years?
Well, you know, this past year has been so exciting. You know, we always celebrate. Every day at Atlantis is a celebration. We work real hard, but we like to have fun doing it. What sets this last year apart is that we've unveiled so many renovations and new offerings here at Atlantis, and to be able to, a lot of work was put into that to bring them to fruition, and to be able to share the new restaurants, Piranza, Salon, Shake Shack, the first Shake Shack in the Caribbean, and then also the unveiling of the renovated casino and the Royal Tower. It's just been an extra exciting year.
I've been having such a great time, and I've eaten at a lot of the restaurants so far. But what do you want our audience, as well as visitors and locals, to know about this special moment?
You know, I want them to know that the team at Atlantis, it just works really hard and to create lifelong memories for them. And no matter what it is, what they're experiencing, if it's something old or something new, we're constantly bringing changes and bringing new activities and experiences to our guests and to the community also. And we're pleased to have everybody share in that.
And what do you say to your team that is a part of making the iconic Royal Tower standing taller than ever?
Well, the first thing I would say to them is thank you, because without them, we would not have the success that we've had over the last 25 years. And they are, you know, I've worked in a lot of different places during my career in the hospitality industry, and I have to tell you that I have never worked anywhere where I've seen the passion and commitment to success. And to the organization as I have here at Atlantis. So it makes it's a pleasure, and I'm honored and privileged to be able to stand next to them and work with them by my side and call them my colleagues. And I know on behalf of the entire management team and ownership, we're all thankful to our team members.
All right, and looking to the future, what does the next 25 years look like?
Well, we have a lot of new things planned for next year and the years to come. I can't share it all. I can tell everybody a little tease to save the date of April 27th and watch for an exciting announcement to come in the next couple of years. But, you know, we are committed to the community. We thank the community and the government of the Bahamas for embracing us over the last 25 years and helping to support us in our success. And we are just committed as an organization. Our passion is creating lifelong memories. All 6,903 of us.
Wow. Okay, that was powerful. Thanks so much. Once again, that was Atlantis President and Managing Director Audrey Oswald. Ms. Oswald, thank you so much for having us this week.
Thank
We've
you
been
for
having a great
coming.
time. Okay. And the 25th Royal Towers birthday celebration continues tonight with the biggest giveaway yet. Remember, you can head over to Our News Bahamas social media pages to find that trivia question. That could land you a prize worth over $25,000. Stay with us. A toast to the past 25 years of the iconic Royal Towers when Our News continues.
25 years in the making, and Our News is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch Our News live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and Our News is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch Our News live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
At a live view of the beautiful Royal Towers as Atlantis Resort celebrates its 25th anniversary. This is Our News. Welcome back. UB recognized former coaches in Buddy Hield and his Indiana Pacers advanced to the NBA in-season tournament finals. Here's Tej Adderley with a check on sports live from Sportsbook in the casino at Royal Towers. Tej?
Our Sports, I'm Tej Adderley joining you live from Atlantis. UB recently honored its former coaches who paved the way, laying the foundation for its sports program.
The university honored over 3 dozen coaches recently, stretching from the early days of the athletics program when the institution was the College of the Bahamas. A number of honorees were the first coaches in their respective sports, and a notable honoree, former volleyball coach Jennifer Isaac, started as the longest-serving coach in the university's history. She talked about the sacrifices that she and her fellow coaches made.
This time that we put in over and beyond what was required to do what it is that we needed to do to ensure that teams had practices, that they were able to get to the games, dropping them home, doing all the things that you had to take that extra mile and that extra step.
Now we're going to focus on the hardwood. Buddy Hield and his Indiana Pacers are in the NBA in-season tournament final.
Buddy and the gang are in after they throttled the Milwaukee Bucks 128 to 119 last night. Hield had 8 points on 3 of 11 shooting last night, but it was Tyrese Halliburton, who's establishing himself as a legitimate MVP candidate this season, who led the way for the Pacers, scoring 37 points and dishing out 15 assists. Buddy and the Pacers are going to play against LeBron and the Lakers in the final on Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Bahamas time.
So that game is tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Bahamas time. So, the Don't Blink Home Run Derby is tomorrow at 1 p.m. So watch that, and when you're done, go home, watch Buddy and the Pacers play for the championship. Joining you live from the Sportsbook, I'm Tage Adderley.
Cool temperatures in the capital on this Friday. Greg is back with more weather details when our news returns. Stay with us.
It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and our news is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch our news live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the Towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Embrace technology and the digital transformation for better business results. For small business owners, it's essential to understand how technology can affect operational efficiencies. Modern communication relies on technology, and your customer service depends on communication. With proper tools like our fixed and mobile services, we help you stay connected. For solutions that work, ask the experts. Call Cable Bahamas Business Solutions.
In what we do at Best Brew, it really doesn't end when the customer purchases our product. We offer specialty coffee, tea, spices, and brewing equipment. We do a lot of our orders via website. We actually have the mobile service and the phone service and the internet. So having business in a box really kind of brought everything together for us and helps us to be able to provide the customer services that we pride ourselves on.
It's a story that's been 25 years in the making, and our news is here to tell it. The Atlantis Resort opened the world-famous Royal Towers 25 years ago. Watch our news live at 7 and 7:30 nightly starting December 4th for a week on location from the Towers. It's time to celebrate and commemorate 25 years with the place helping to make our tourism industry great. Join us for the biggest birthday party in the country starting Monday, December 4th.
Don't spend hours sending individual messages to your customers. Use SMS messaging instead. With Cable Bahamas Business Solutions SMS messaging, you can send personalized messages to hundreds or even thousands of recipients instantly.
And we've got ourselves a winner. The trivia question tonight named 3 manta rays that would on exhibit at the Atlantis Resort. And Our News follower Julian Strawn answered Hope, Rose, and Anthino. making him the winner of a one-night stay in the world-famous Bridge Suite at Atlantis with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Congrats, Julian. And to all of our winners this week, get your sweaters out for the weekend as we can feel an extreme dip in temperatures. Greg is back live on location with the extended forecast. Greg?
Yeah, thanks again, Natalia. What a nice week we've had. Weather was cooperative. And looks like the weekend is going to be rather nice. We do have a high-pressure ridge in charge, and that's going to keep us with some nice, comfortable temperatures throughout the weekend. And then we expect the frontal boundary to get in here on the early part of next week. In the meantime, high-level clouds moving out of the Gulf of Mexico across our areas. They're going to keep things rather nice for the weekend, as I said. Southeast and central Bahamas, mainly cloud-free. A couple of light sprinkles expected, but nothing much in terms of any significant weather expected for the weekend. High pressure to the northeast of the Bahamas will slide out towards the east. That will turn our winds more towards the east to southeast, allowing us to warm up for the weekend. And then we have this weather system that's taking shape across the central portions of the United States. That's the frontal boundary we expect to get in here sometime on Monday. And like I said, that should usher in a nice change in the weather and some rather nice temperatures. If you're doing any boating in the northwest and central Bahamas, not good for the weekend. Small craft caution in effect. Your winds will be out of the east at 15 to 20 knots. So it's going to be a little breezy. Choppy seas at 4 to 7 feet in some swells. Low tide will be at 10:18 tonight. Your high tide taking place at 4:43 in the morning. For the southeast Bahamas, an advisory for you guys down there. Winds stronger, 15 to 25 knots. Seas running 5 to 8 feet, also in some swells. Here's a look now at your weekend forecast as well as your extended forecast. Breezy conditions Saturday through Sunday. Frontal boundary expected on Monday. And then once that front goes through, we expect breezy conditions for the most of next week. Temperatures rather comfortable into the upper 70s to near the 80s during the day. And upper 60s, to low 70s throughout the rest of the night. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night and have a super weekend, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. And now we've come to the end of our week-long broadcast from Atlantis, celebrating 25 years of the iconic Royal Towers. And it's been nothing short of an amazing journey. Back with us now to officially wrap up this spectacular week is Atlantis President and Managing Director Audrey Oswald. Ms. Oswald, we'd like to give you the final word.
Thank you. I'd just like to say on behalf of our entire organization, thank you to all of you for being here this week. Thank you to the community, the government of the Bahamas, and most importantly, thank you to all the Atlanteans, my fellow colleagues, for making Atlantis such a success over the years.
All right, and Ms. Oswald, I know we've said it before, but thank you again for having us. And I hope that you invite us back soon and very soon.
We can make this a routine.
That sounds great because I've been having a great time. I appreciate it so much. The entire team.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
And cheers to Royal Towers, 25 years of excellence, luxury, and timeless splendor. So for one last time from the Sol Kerzner Suite at Atlantis, on behalf of all of us, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
All right, cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Cheers. All right, cheers.